Hey, welcome to another episode of the Black Guy Tips podcast. I'm your host, Rod, joined as always by my co-host,
Karen.
And we are live on a very special Sunday morning, ready to bring you some podcasting. We have, of course, a very special guest that always makes it every year. It's my mom for Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day, Mom.
Thank you.
Glad you can make it. How's your day been going so far?
It's been going great. Went and got my hot yoga in, came back home and got ready to come do the show.
Well, as always, you guys in the chat, if you feel free, if you want to ask questions, there's a question option on Crowdcast. If you have questions for my mom, questions for us about my mom, any of that stuff, feel free to ask. It just refreshed or something over there for my mom. I don't know.
Okay, I touched my mic. My mouse.
Oh, okay.
No
Karen will fix it.
I had it hovered over the wrong thing.
Oh,
okay. But yeah, so just make sure you if you want to ask questions, fine. If not, we still have a show planned and all this stuff. We did get you a little something for Mother's Day.
Thank you.
And then, we also take you out. My mom, Karen said something about you wanting to try a rooftop restaurant or something.
Tell them about the
Oh,
rooftop
yeah, that'd be
restaurant.
great.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
Okay.
give us which one you decide on.
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, I don't know if you ever been to like Waterman Fish or whatever. They got
I
like a
have not.
rooftop thing. It's
Thank you
pretty
guys.
cool. No problem.
It's
Nice.
it's
It's
incense.
a card too.
Okay.
Yeah, and with the incense, the top is what you burn it on.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So if you look at the top, it has like a point. That's
Yeah.
what you put the
Okay.
incense in, and you burn it down, and you just hold on to that.
Yeah, I got it from Patty Wax, I think is the name of it.
Thank you.
It's over in the South End. It's a
Okay.
candle and incense shop. It's a little expensive or whatever, but
Okay.
they got some. I burn them incense all the time. There's some good quality incense. They smell good.
Okay.
They don't burn too slow, but they 10, 15 minutes or whatever. And then we got you a card.
Thank you.
It says from both of us. Now
Yes.
I think that's more for like siblings, like.
And
But-
I said for both of us, I said, I guess that's me and you, baby.
But
I said,
Karen liked this card a lot, so I said we'll get it.
Yeah, and-
even
and
though
you-
we're not. Me and Karen aren't siblings.
yeah, and you know what they say, you hang around people longer than start look like them anyway.
Thank you.
No problem.
I appreciate that. I both of you.
No problem. Love you too.
Yeah.
Love it. Thank you.
And the biggest reason why I told you about the lid, because Chad Roger had that thing. He turned around. He said, "Where's my lid?" I said, "I don't know, because it looked like trash to me. I threw it in the trash can."
Okay.
Oh, that was a different lid, but it's
Okay.
okay. That had some Japanese incense. It's fine.
Okay.
I didn't know.
It's okay. But yeah, so you guys know what we do. The official weapon of the show is,
Folding chair.
and the unofficial sport,
Bullet ball.
And bullet ball, extreme. And we do have plenty of news and stuff to talk about, whatever to get into. I didn't know if Karen, if you want to do banter today or not. It's totally fine.
We can. I do have some.
All right, cool. Well, let me pull up the banter music real quick, and we'll do a little bit of banter real quick. And like I said, feel free to ask questions in the chat whenever. It's fine. Do you have any
Banter. Talk to me.
Do you have any
Banter. Talk to me.
Do you have any banter? Do you have any banter?
I do.
Banter. Talk to me. Banter. Talk to me.
Do you have any banter?
I do.
Banter.
I do.
Banter. All right.
Oh, I'm sorry, I did something.
What happened now? You still on the screen?
I am.
Yeah. Yeah, you're
Okay.
good on my side. It could be the internet connection.
It's like insure something.
Yeah.
Okay.
You good now? Yeah. It just a little pop up.
All right.
Okay. All right. Karen, banter us up real quick.
Okay. And the past few, about to say week, maybe a week and a half, I've been looking for my glasses. I looked high, I looked low, I looked all over the place for my glasses. I couldn't find my glasses. For then asking Roger, I was like, well, my old age, I don't know where these glasses are. I thought they had disappeared. And it just so happened that it was about to rain. So I went out in my car and I looked, and what happened is my glasses had slid off the passenger seat on the other side down near the umbrella. So when I went to go open the passenger door for my umbrella, my glasses were sitting right there. Because I was like, They're not nowhere in the house because I cleaned up, I folded clothes. I was like, well, maybe they mixed in with the clothes, and they was in some random spot that I never would have looked at until it started raining. So I was like, because I most of the time I'm by myself, so I wouldn't even have thought about looking over there. Ain't nobody over there. No, nobody ride with me. I'm a loner.
How do they pick the Pope's line name when he cross over? Like, because they don't keep their name. Like the new Pope is not. He go by Pope Leo to something.
Okay.
14th.
The 14th. Okay, so but like I wonder like why, like how they determine that it's only like 5 Pope names, and then how you get to be which one. You know, I heard they choose it themselves. Oh. But who chose the names, the first ones? You know what I mean? Like who picked Leo, John, Paul? You know, who picked all of that stuff? I wonder.
So that don't be their real names?
Nah.
Oh.
Nah, this dude real name is something totally different. It's like what's his name? Like he from Chicago. It's like Prevost or something. And then the low key, the T is he got some black ancestry.
Yeah, I heard that.
Robert Francis Prevost is his name.
Okay, it's his real name.
Yeah, and they, you know, he sparked a whole conversation about what is passing as white in America and all this stuff, because we was already coming off of Sinners, and people was talking about that one character that passes as white in the script, and then it was like, you know, this man is passing as white, and then they was like, well, he got some black in him. Going back to like New Orleans, where, you know, there's so much mixing of races and so many different types of people that have black in their ancestry.
Most people mix with something.
Yeah. Right. And they saying like the last Pope Leo was like during Hitler, so like maybe he making a point. And then he gave a speech this morning, and he was like talking about like greasy, kind of about Trump and them in a way. Like he was like, you know, what was it? It was something like no more war. You want a peace agreement in Ukraine and Gaza. You know, he already against the way they be doing deportations. So like he kind of hit the ground running on this one. I'm really impressed with him so far. We'll see how, you know, he's still the Pope of the Catholic Church, so, you know, it's only so progressive you can be. But for a Pope, I mean, he came out swinging on their ass compared to, you know, a lot of the other popes and stuff. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, Pope Leo the 14th, he done crossed over. He done made it to the big time.
And also, it's one of those things where most of the time they were quote unquote neutral to quiet. But Trump and them has made so much racket and so much noise, all jokes aside, that he's almost forced the church to speak out against him. Not trying funny, even it's sad, but even if they might agree with some of his bullshit, they were like, hey, dog, like you're so bad that we have to speak out about the inhumane things that you are doing. Like, we can't just, we have too many people that care and give us too much money for you to be acting a fool.
You know, you say that, but I really feel like a lot of times religious leaders go along with the political power, which is why I think it's kind of brave that he's speaking up, and I appreciate it, because there's so many Christian leaders in America that line up with Republicans lockstep. You know what I mean? Like they and he's from America. He's the first ever American Pope. So I was like, what is he gonna do? Is he gonna be one of these like, hey man, Trump the president, it is what it is? Or was he gonna come out and be like, those are not the tenets of Christianity? And I give it I don't know, just a matter of time if that hasn't already started. But these MAGA people gonna rebel against this Pope. They gonna definitely call him woke Pope, DEI Pope, a bunch of other shit, because they don't want to hear anything that Jesus actually taught be promoted. They want to hear like, get these immigrants the fuck out of here. You know, we need to stop gay and trans people from fucking existing, you know, that kind of shit. So I'm actually kind of impressed with him coming out the gate, because I really think a lot of people would have folded right away. Like, nope, Trump's the leader, and I don't want to start no problem, so let's just do what he says. Back to you, Karen. I'm sorry.
I like a good, responsible dog owner, like a good, responsible gun owner. Me and Roger was eating ice cream. We was on our way back, and it was this dude. He was with his dog, and for some reason, his dog decided this concrete parking lot was where I was gonna shit for 2 minutes straight, and that dog just shit it. And that man patiently waited, and he took out his little doggy thing and scooped it up. I was like, shout out to you. You know how many people I done seen let their dog shit on everywhere and just walk like their dog did just shit, and some kid might pick it up, cause and things like that. It's like, hey, dog, like, if you're gonna be a dog owner, be a full-fledged dog owner. You know what I'm saying? Like, pick up your dog shit
on the walking path.
Right.
There's one place where I like to walk where like you gotta walk through past this apartment building and then you get on the trail on the Greenway, and it used to just someone had. I mean, it's like they must have a bear. Like I don't know what kind of dog. Like it was giving like fully grown human sized craps, and they would just let them crap all on the side, and I'm like, the amount of crap. It was obviously the same person, same dog,
yes.
But also. Like you must live here,
right?
Like you're, cause why else would your dog have to crap here on the exact side of this building, right by the doors every time?
You live here.
Like pick that shit up, and it's right on the path. They actually have dog bags for picking up crap.
Most of them do. Most of them have some form of thing.
And then you have to live there. Like you got neighbors and shit like that. It's just really nasty. And so last time I walked over there, they had put up like 15 passive aggressive signs that was like, pick up after your dog, please pick up after the dog. And I was like, yeah, I don't know what is wrong with people. I hate that.
Yeah.
Right. And they don't live here no more, but I think a lady had a dog.
Yeah, she had those big ass dogs that she would pick up after them.
And she couldn't control them. Like it's nothing wrong with an animal, but when you get an animal that you can't control, that's a problem. And I think, like the dogs walk to us, they say. And so enough things like, okay, bitch.
Then put the dog up and come back out and pick up the crap. There's no excuse. I don't give a fuck.
Right. And like I said, my biggest thing, you don't want to ask any walking and dragging in your house. Kids play. They pick and touch shit because that's what kids do. And you're like, hey, dog, like I said, shout out to
It's just unsanitary. I don't care if there was 0 kids that live in our apartment complex. It's just nasty. Don't do it. It is. Yep. Crap is that?
It is.
Karen, anything? Oh, wait. It was my turn, right?
Yeah, I'm out.
Okay, cool. I only had one more thing. People be going on and on about sexual Congress, but what about the sexual Senate? Okay, we gotta think about the cheeks and balances in this system.
What the hell is wrong with you?
And why that's all right. Well, all right. Let's get into some other segments. Mom, I'll let you pick the segments today. It's your day.
Okay.
We got plenty of stuff we can talk about. If you need a reminder of segments, we got politics till we get mad. We got Diddy, which we haven't done in a long time. We got let's see, we got broke, where we talk about not having money. We got white people news. We got fucking with black people. We got gender wars. We got LGBTQ news. We got what else am I missing here? Who news. And what I feel like and guess the race, of course.
I'm about to say minimum wage.
No, minimum wage is for something different.
Let's do Diddy, because the trial is in trouble.
It's been a while since we did Diddy, so let me pull out the Diddy music.
I ain't been keeping up with Diddy.
Yeah, it's still stuff happening. That's what you say.
Diddy be wanting the body, and you gotta tell him no.
Psycho.
All right, Diddy. There's all kinds of stuff still happening. Attorney Tony Busby was barred from practicing in Southern New York District because he didn't have the right to do it, and he had that case against Jay-Z that turned out to be false, which hurt like all the other cases. Mm-hmm. I don't know what this dude's problem is. It's like it looks like he got Deshaun Watson and he got lucky.
Yeah.
Cause like ever since then, he been floundering with these cases. And I thought he was like that guy, but I guess just Deshaun Watson was just that bad that he had so many credible accusers. But like these cases he been trying to bring against Diddy and Jay-Z are just, they were so frivolous that it ended up basically getting him kicked out of being able to practice law in a district that I guess he never really had the right to
practice.
Yeah,
like, but if he ever wanted to get his license, they like, you know.
And then the girl that was Jay-Z's accuser, there was a videotape of her where she, or recording, not videotape. There's a recording of her where she's saying Tony Busby pushed her to accuse Jay-Z of sexual assault.
Oh no,
that's goofy.
Yeah, that just, like stuff like this hurts victims worse.
Yes.
Like, why are you doing? People already don't want to believe these women, and then you out here pushing frivolous lawsuits for clout or whatever reason. It just feels wrong and stupid, and I'm glad that it obviously got got dismissed, but Diddy, I think, did a lot of this shit, and that's not good that anything with him gets dismissed. So let's see what else. Terrence Howard says Diddy tried to have sex with him under the guise of acting lessons. Now I'm gonna be honest, Terrence Howard does not make, Terrence Howard says a lot of crazy shit is what I'm trying to say.
Right.
Okay, yeah.
I'll never forget when he tried to tell us he had his own version of math.
Brand new math.
Yeah, and he says he's a genius, but mostly it's him telling us he's a genius.
Right.
Not actually showing or proving that he's a genius.
Yeah. Which I mean is fine for frivolous things. I just don't know how much I can believe Terrence Howard. But here's him talking about math, contradictions in math. Oh wait, let me turn the volume up. Here we go.
Mind. To the average person who hasn't put amount of time that you have put in, credibility after 1 times 1 times 1 equals 2. How do you come up with that?
Well, if
So he says 1 times 1 equals 2, not 1 times 1 equals 1. Now 1 plus 1 is 2.
Yes,
Right.
1 plus 1 is 2.
1 times 1, he says, is also 2. Now, does it help that he is dressed in the way that he is dressed? I would say no.
He like he over in Saudi Arabia or somewhere.
He looked
Right.
like a beekeeper.
He looked like an anime character. He do. Like
That look like that hat they be having on protect themselves from getting stoned.
A hoodie with a hat on it is diabolical while also wearing a sweater. That is a lot.
Ain't you hot, sir?
You are asking me a lot, and there's like he's asking me a lot right now, but okay.
if I was wrong, then they wouldn't have made such a big stink about it. But the fact that I was able to show them with their calculator that because they have 1 times 1 equaling 1,
Right.
an action times an action without a reaction, and as a result of it, you get this contradiction with the square root of 2 being cubed having the same value as the square root of 2 times 2, which should say a red flag, a herring right away that there's something wrong with the mathematics, with that being the problem that leads into the distribution of prime numbers, because the number 2, any prime number that you subtract from another prime number, always is going to end up in a composite number. But except with the case of the number 2. That's the only prime number that you subtract from another prime number and you end up in a prime number. Why? Because the prime number 2 is a composite number.
Help me understand.
So there you go. And then he's saying, Diddy, Diddy also tried to get him. He was on that same podcast, and he said, Puffy invited me for weeks, asking me to come teach him. Wanted me to be his acting coach for a while. I go there, he's sitting and sitting around just looking. I'm like, okay, what's the material you want to work on? He's like, you just looking at me. Then next thing you know, it's like, hey, will you help me? I want to hear your music. So I come over there and I play the music. He just sitting there looking at me like waiting. Eventually the actor said Diddy motives became clear. My assistant was like, he want to hang out with you next week. And I was like, for what? He was like, I think he's trying to fuck you. And that's what my assistant said. And I was like, oh, okay, now I get it. So now, no more communication. He also said that he also said he turned down Marvin Gaye's biopic because Marvin Gaye kissed a man or something. So he talked about that, I think, on the same podcast. I don't play gay roles. I don't kiss a man. I don't do that shit because the man card means everything, he stated during this interview. It's always interesting with actors because, I mean, listen, nobody can make you kiss a man. You don't want to kiss a man. If that's fine. I'm not arguing that. But it also is interesting because you are an actor. And so it's like, nigga, you've played abusers, murderers.
like all these things that you really would not do in real life, right?
Like it is a little funny. Like he's like, I would never kiss a man. That's crazy. Would I beat a gay child within an inch of his life and throw him in a trash can on Lee Daniels' Empire? Of course I would do that.
I would do that.
I can see myself doing that in real life. That's not a stretch at all. That's not even acting for me. Like, what's the point of acting then? I didn't think you was a pimp in Idlewild or whatever.
No, I
the fuck.
did not.
But okay, was we really whooping that trick? Was that a real thing? That's crazy. That anyway, whatever. Let's see. Diddy scores legal victory as judge limits past assault testimony in upcoming trafficking trial. He scored a key legal win ahead of his upcoming trafficking trial as U.S. District Judge Arun Subramanian ruled that prosecutors can present only one uncharged sexual assault allegation, rejecting testimony from 3 other alleged victims. Yeah, I do wonder how much of that is affected by Busby and the frivolous shit. Like, how much judges are like, well, look, man, we can't just allow anyone to accuse them because at this point, we've shown that there are people who would actually accuse him and not be right.
Right, not be credible.
All right.
One of these lawsuits, these Diddy lawsuits, named Drewski. Now, do y'all know Drewski?
I've heard of that name.
I've heard of that
Okay,
name.
I'll show y'all Drewski.
The internet,
you know him
YouTube.
because his face is everywhere. He's on all commercials. He's a very funny.
That dude,
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've seen him before.
He's a very funny dude.
Okay. Is
So-
he a comedian?
He's a comedian.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And not stand up, but like, videos and stuff, TikTok.
Like, YouTube, yes.
There was a civil lawsuit that alleged in 2018 he was like at a Diddy party and sexually assaulted somebody, and it names a bunch of famous people: Odell Beckham Jr., all this shit. And it was talked about how much money he had and all this stuff. So he's had to basically petition the court to dismiss the case.
Right.
So he's had to put his own like stuff on blast in a way, and the stuff he's putting out there is showing like he was broke. So like when this party happened and he's alleged to have been at it and sexually assaulted somebody and had all this money, he actually had 91 cents in his bank account. His mom was sending him Zelle transfers so that he could like pay his bills and stuff. He was not in
Shout
California.
out to bank records. Shout out to Zale.
He made and received 16 calls on March 23rd, all involving Georgia-based numbers. He also listed under his mother's phone plan during that time.
Come on. Mama's plan.
Why they doing him like he got to come out and be like, I was broke. Okay, are you happy? Damn.
Right.
No, I'm not a rapist. Okay,
I was not there.
I was
at my mama's house.
I was trying to write a check for over the amount, hoping that it would come in before
Come
my bank
on.
deposit.
I was dependent on my mama.
Right.
Ain't nothing to be ashamed of, baby. But he was just letting them know. I don't know what you talking about.
He wasn't famous at the time. His career didn't pick up until the pandemic. But the fact that any lawyer would bring this case, a civil suit, if it's a lawyer, it could also possibly be a person filing on their own, because sometimes people do that.
On their own behalf, yeah.
But if there was a lawyer involved, man, that's just crazy. And also, why are you clout chasing a sexual assault trial?
Right.
Like that's an insane thing to be thinking to yourself. It's like, ooh, did he get in charge of something? I'm gonna see if I can get my name on it. I'm gonna throw Drewski in there. Who else is famous? That's sad.
Right. Then they have to waste their time proving that they not there.
Right.
True. Yeah.
Jay-Z and Beyonce got removed from the Diddy freak off lawsuit. after their attorney shows proof that they weren't in Miami during the incident. Who is bringing these cases?
Right. They're not doing their job.
This is like lawsuit 101. This is crazy. This is insane.
Right.
Did you do the cursory research? Like, you can't just have someone come in your office and be like, yeah, Jay-Z, Diddy, and Beyonce all sexually assaulted me in Miami during the Super Bowl. And it's like, okay, well, let's check this out. Oh, that's interesting. There was no Super Bowl. Jay-Z and Beyonce was
on tour,
like,
whatever.
They're so public. You can find where they were that night.
Yes, you can.
How did you not Google that right away and go, well, okay, that's not possible. Anyway, they got removed from the lawsuit.
Of course.
That's good.
It was a man named Manzaro Joseph. He accused Diddy of sexual assault. He's amended his lawsuit to remove all references from the Carters. But here's the thing. If you take Jay-Z and Beyonce out of it, I still don't believe you. Like, how you gonna amend your... Oh, my bad. I thought two of the most famous people in the world also sexually assaulted me. My bad. It was just Diddy. What? That sound like a lie.
Right. Now I gotta question everything.
Right.
Right.
Oh my God. So yeah, they removed them from it because Jay-Z fighting. He not.
Oh yeah, he was like no, and
not taking
also
it.
For a lot of people, ever since the things started coming out about Diddy, I've kind of watched people online, and a lot of people, they love the mess, and a lot of people, just like these frivolous lawsuits, they be just throwing up famous people names left and right. Like, not trying to find it all over the place, and I think this is a consequence.
And Busby allowed for that. Busby was a big part of that, creating that environment, because he wants the most salacious accusation,
right?
So he can make a headline. He goes straight to the press. He holds press conference. He does all this stuff. And then when it's disproved, he's hoping, I think, that these people go, there's so much bad press and so much pressure. Let me just write a check. Please leave me alone. And like, this is not something that people can play about. Like, if
you ruined my career.
If you did not do this, this is not a thing. I think you can be like, well, I paid $1 million to make it go away. You actually have to fight the people and be like, I didn't do this. Clear my name. I don't want my name around this shit at all. And
then you're going to be out here like Drewski going, I was at my mama's house.
Right.
I was over my baby's mama's house paying child support. Get the fuck out my face.
Right. Yeah. Last one. Well, two more. Okay. Albie Shore says he accuses Diddy of involvement in Kim Porter's death and his own health collapse. Says he's willing to testify in federal court.
Well, damn, Albie Shore.
Right? I didn't know it was like that. But yeah, Albie Shore, I think this was on, it was on like a Fox 5 New York. So he was on TV saying this shit. This was not him on Instagram Live or something. Okay. It was a recent interview on Fox 5 New York promoting his memoir, Do You Believe Me Now? That's hell of a...
That's a title.
He must have just... This the whole thing about Diddy?
It's about something.
I told y'all that's the chapter 1.
Yeah. Y'all didn't believe me. That's
right.
chapter 2.
Chapter 2. Fuck around, find out.
Chapter 5. Kiss my ass, I was right.
Right. The R&B singer made explosive claims linking the music mogul to his past health crisis in 2018 and the 2018 passing of Porter. The late Kim Porter, who you know kind of warned me all along the way, he said, hinting at deeper issues behind her passing. When asked if he believed Porter died of pneumonia, he said absolutely not. She was in the best of health. We just saw each other prior to her passing. We were actually celebrating our son's new Netflix Christmas special, he recalled. Al, who slipped into a coma during a multi-organ failure in 2022, now says he suspects foul play and believes Diddy was involved. To have multi-organ failure, I believe this to be the case. Yes, absolutely, he declared. While he didn't detail how Diddy may have interfered, he accused him of issuing threats and placing a bounty on his head. Perhaps most shocking, he confirmed he is willing to testify against Diddy in the federal investigation surrounding the bad boy mogul. So, he is standing on business 24/7.
I'm 10 toes down.
Night and day.
Come on. He own it.
Right. He says, "There's not going to be no more secrets in this garden."
No more.
Okay. If you standing with Diddy, you off on your own, girl.
Yes, you are.
Judge warns lawyer in Diddy trial after he referred to the prosecutors as a 6-pack of white women.
What is he smoking them?
One of the attorneys involved in the Diddy Combs sex trafficking and racketeering trial has received an official warning from a federal judge after he made disparaging remarks about the prosecution. As reported by the Associated Press, a transcript of the conversation between the federal judge Arun Subramanian and attorney Mark Garagos in a roving room meeting on Tuesday reveals that he spoke about comments the latter made on a podcast. So he told him that the judge said it was outrageous to refer to the prosecutors as a 6-pack of white women. And I would just say again, at this point, I could be a lawyer for Diddy. I don't want to be one, but I don't think you need an actual law degree to be able to do what these people are doing.
Right.
Yep.
I can go on a podcast and call somebody a 6-pack of white women.
Smoke them if you got them.
That's not, that's not really that hard. Like, that's not a hard job. That doesn't take any case law. He's just throwing insults at people. It doesn't mean Diddy's innocent or guilty. It's just he just saying shit.
He just going to the store and getting a 6-pack.
Yeah, exactly. I just pull me out a white woman. Prosecutors told the judge that they want Garagos to follow the rules that limit what attorneys can say about an ongoing case. They also pointed he has yet to file a notice of appearance to represent the disgraced Bad Boy Records founder. So you don't even have a notice of appearance, which sounds like something a lawyer would have to do and understand, and sounds like something that's obvious to people that work in that field, which just goes back to my point. I can do this job. He's not doing the lawyer part of the job. He's doing the go on a podcast, go on TV part of the job. That's the easy part of the job. I would like to do this job. Like, I don't want the reputation that comes with it, but if you're just making shit up for a guilty person, why not let me do it? Despite this, he still is consulted with the rest of his defense and spoke to a jury consultant. He has been present for most of the jury select. See, he's not even showing up for all of it, just most of it.
Some of them pick and choose.
Because do it matter when he's guilty, do it really matter who the jury is? It don't matter. He this guilty, it's like, I don't know, pick any of them.
I'm not going to fight you.
You look good. You look good enough. Be on there. When asked if he's advising Diddy in any way, shape, or form, he said that he's representing Diddy's mother, Janice Combs. While Garagos is tenuously linked to Diddy's trial legal team, his daughter, Tenny Garagos, is confirmed to be part of the defense. So he's not even necessarily on the team. He just around.
Why are you here then?
Right.
To be on podcast, calling people 6-packs of white women, I guess. He had went on a podcast called Two Angry Men with co-host TMZ's Mark Levin.
What a name.
Garagos was asked if he was aware he shouldn't be saying things like this. He says, I think when you've got a black man who's being prosecuted and the client feels like he's being targeted, it's an observation, he told the judge. See, I could do this. This is easy. Because then you just throw in the black thing. That's what they did for Cosby. That's what you do for all of them. Mm-hmm. Jonathan Majors, just throw in, they black.
Yep.
That's all that matters.
They were like, oh, your client is on videotape beating this white woman. I'm like, oh, you would think that about a black man, wouldn't you? Oh, here we go with the racism.
I mean, but we actually got a 3D, 8K them kicking the person in the face.
Wow. So I guess it was one of them filming black people cameras that y'all got at the hotel. It just happened to leak out for my client. Isn't that coincidental?
I mean, sir, but he says his whole
What about Brad Pitt?
Name.
What about Brad Pitt? What about white people?
Yeah, that's how you deflect.
Harvey Weinstein. God.
That's the black Pokemon. White people.
Despite the claims of his innocence, the judge told him, I think referring to the prosecution in the case as a 6-pack of white women is outrageous. He added, you have one more listener for your podcast, suggesting he plans to observe his public comments about the trial. Every subscriber counts. So I get it.
No matter how big or small.
During the first day, Diddy reportedly told the judge, I'm sorry, Your Honor, I'm a little nervous today. He has pleaded not guilty, So there you go. And CNN stands by that video, by the way, of the Cassie assault. So I know he's trying to make it seem like, hey man, this video, that's weird that it leaked, and it's obviously because I'm a black man. They're like, it's not fake, it's real, and you in it, and you did it, and we stand by it.
Yes, we do.
All right, Mom. Any other thing you want to talk about? I'll go through them again. Gender wars.
I got it. Let's do broke.
Broke. Okay. Broke. Five broke.
We ain't got it. We ain't got it.
Let me play a song so we'll know to put some commercials here later. So we'll be right back in 30 seconds.
Like that.
That's nice.
Yeah, that one was called Dynamic Soul by Infrared Crypto. All right, broke. Let's see what we got. Hooters. Oh wait, let me make sure I got these updated, because sometimes it don't update right, and I'll be like, we read this already.
Okay.
Oh damn, I guess we hadn't read this. Hooters files for bankruptcy.
What?
Hooters.
How do you put titties out of business? That's impossible.
I'm gonna tell you how.
It's the oldest economy we have.
Investment groups. They
Yes.
come in.
Yeah,
They
you're
be
right.
like, all these titties old. Let's put all the titties for sale.
Yep.
And then they was like, sell it low and sell it cheap. And that's the thing. That's why I said there needs to be a law to investigate these companies to prevent them from doing this, because they did it to Red Lobster. They do it to a lot of these companies where they come in and they just do the most ridiculous shit. It's like they come in and they purposefully ruin the company. The quality of the food goes down.
Nah, you're right. It's this venture capitalism shit.
Yes, it's like the quality of the food goes down, which is the biggest thing, which means people stop going. A lot, like I know for Red Lobster, Red Lobster owned a lot of his land and shit. And
so that's one of the things. It's like they're not even interested in selling food. A lot of times. They just restructure everything in the restaurant. They file for bankruptcy. They sell a lot of the land, which is, prime real estate for some of these places.
Wow.
And then later on, they'll like revive the brand or sell it to someone else who will then take the name and try to make like Hooters again. I think we've seen this happen with like Toys R Us, Red Lobster,
yes, and
all that stuff.
And I think the thing that frustrates me, particularly with Red Lobster owned the land. You sold the land, and if there's a Red Lobster on that land, that means now when the other person something that they actually owned at some period of time, now you're paying rent and all that shit, versus if
they take that
right
location,
right, versus you owning it, there's a big difference in that. And so and this has bothered me for decades, because I've actually been with a company that got bought like this, and every time they change hands, it's a big chop. Everybody gets fired. You want the least amount. You want you want to show the company, the investment company, that you're profitable. In order to get profitable, you cut costs, and you cut costs by any means necessary, which means you understaff.
Yep.
Which means you get rid of people.
Yeah.
And it's ridiculous for you to turn around again. And a lot of times within 5 to 7 years, you're reselling. It's like an investment for you.
Yeah.
Because I've always said this. There is a difference between an owner and an investment group. Somebody that owns the company, because I've been with companies where it's an owner. That person cares, because that person's like, hey, dog, I've invested and we've grown and blah, 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 blah. And also, a lot of times the employees are impacted. People leave. A lot of times they cut health care and benefits and all this shit, because at the end of the day, they do not care about whatever they just bought. They just want to take it and flip it, almost like a house. But this is a company in people's lives.
Goodness.
Yep. As part of the restructuring, Hooters will sell all 100 of its company-owned restaurants to 2 of its largest franchisee groups, which already operate locations in Tampa and Chicago. Together, those groups run about 1/3 of the franchise Hooters locations across the U.S. In a statement, Hooters of America CEO Sal Malili said today's announcement marks an important milestone in our efforts to reinforce Hooters' financial foundation and continue delivering the guest-obsessed hospitality experience and delicious food our customers and communities have come to expect. While operations will continue, the company did note that it's evaluating its footprint, which means some closures could still happen during the bankruptcy process.
Right.
So, yeah, last year the brand closed dozens of locations, citing rising food and labor costs. Like other fast casual chains such as Red Lobster and BurgerFi, I've never heard of BurgerFi.
Never heard of that.
It had to navigate changing customer habits, increased competition, and legal battles, including racial and gender discrimination lawsuits that have drawn scrutiny in recent years. But this latest move signals a major shift in leadership. The buyers include members of the original Hooters founding team, led by it's just money changing hands. They're like, Hooters is not closing. It's just gonna either become worse or be, like you said, sell the land off and the money becomes rent instead of stuff like that. But
right, and
private equity, man, they just don't give a fuck.
No, they don't, and they do not care about who they hurt and or who they harm, because a lot of times the people that make these executive decisions, they're gonna get a parachute plan or whatever, and then they're gonna leave. Like they actually do not care.
Well, they're not even
about the collateral damage that they cause to people's lives.
They're not even executives. They're investors essentially. So they're not really trying to run the business in the first place. Like it's like they're just flipping it, like you said, like a house. But
yeah,
Hooters gonna be gone, y'all. They fucked up titties.
Ain't that bad?
DoorDash will let users buy now and pay later for fast food.
What?
No,
not fast food on credit.
No.
Credit,
right? You should not be that. Now, maybe I'm crazy. That should be illegal.
What in the rush card is happening here? You getting Big Macs and you gotta pay 6% interest? That's crazy.
Could you imagine? All it's going to do is affect a lot of people that can't afford it, and they just going to turn around and have $2,000 worth of McDonald's on a buy now, pay later.
Right.
Wow.
With a 20% interest rate.
Right.
That don't make sense. No.
We won't be having that shit on their credit report.
Yes.
You know you got Burger King on your credit report.
Yes.
You know,
Burger King got a lien on you.
Yeah. Right. You can't get this car until you pay off Chick-fil-A.
You're gonna pick it up. Hello, yeah, this is Ronald McDonald's. We would like to have our money. Right. What the fuck is happening here? No.
Buy now, pay later services are typically used on large purchases like furniture, but now one service is branching into fast food. DoorDash is partnering with Klarna, a financial company that lets customers schedule small payments over a set period of time in a new partnership announced Thursday.
All this is check cash and stuff. And also, and this is just me, they're taking advantage of everything that's going on right now.
Right.
A lot of people, not trying to find,
you can get groceries through DoorDash now.
Yes.
So it's like, let me get 2 eggs on credit.
Yeah, and for a lot of people, they can't afford basic shit.
Yeah.
And so it's one of these things where this is a way to kind of keep people in debt on necessities versus it's important who you vote for versus us having a federal government that makes sure people have their food needs met.
6 more payments and these eggs is all mine, baby.
All mine.
I like layaway more than this. Layaway
is better.
Exactly.
Like you get it when you're done paying. That made more sense than this shit. Where it's just like pay, get whatever you want. Pay later.
Ooh, and you know what?
And you know once you put it on credit, your mind is gonna go to that place where you like, I might as well get filet mignon if I'm gonna get steak. I might it's on credit anyway. So instead of getting like what I could afford or what was reasonable, it's like I'm making 12 payments anyway. So let me get that Kobe beef.
And you know what also is going to happen? You're going to have people flossing when they don't got it. You know, family members come to town. They're going to be like, oh, yeah, it's all on me. Knowing they going to put that shit on the payment plan.
Right, yeah. Everybody get as much Popeyes as y'all want.
Fast food's it's going to be good for fast food because they're going to be like, they're going to break records from people actually using these services because they're going to get their money up front. They don't care nothing about your credit being jacked up or you fighting somebody. And what's going to be so messed up is like, what happened if you do something as a big group, then all of a sudden people don't want to pay.
Right.
Like I be like, I got
to put this on credit. I need the money.
I need the money. And then all of a sudden you stuck with that bill.
Yeah. You got to $10,000 credit limit. You just spending it on fucking Krispy Kreme and
Right.
McDonald's and it's crazy.
Nothing useful.
Yeah, they said the option launches soon. DoorDash users can use Klarna to pay in 4 interest-free payments or deferred payments and let people pick a date that aligns with their paycheck schedules. So yeah, we are broke.
Yeah, and
we are fucked.
And can you imagine your taxes, and then McDonald's is the first thing to come out your check for you get your money?
Right. Yeah, people gonna be getting their shit garnished from.
Yeah, because them people gonna want their money.
Let's see. Dollar General CEO warns consumers only have enough money for basic essentials.
I believe that.
Yep.
Now, this happens a lot of times. People get confused. Those of y'all that have a lot of money, y'all want to know. But Dollar General is not the same as the dollar store.
No, it's not.
Stuff in Dollar General costs more than the dollar store.
Uh-huh.
But it's close.
Yeah, it's close.
It's close. It's Family Dollar level. It's like adjacent to dollar store. It's not. This is dollar store. Dollar General don't have everything in there. Meaning like.
Nope.
They frozen food section is just them Mr. P's pizzas and
yes.
them beefums or whatever,
I wouldn't trust none of the meat. Like, it's not like
they don't have like a produce department at Dollar General.
Right.
So just in case y'all don't know, like it's not dollar store, but it's down there.
Right. It's like one step above it.
Yeah.
And it's one of the things where them and Dollar Tree, a lot of times what they don't say is like a lot of times they purposely go into food desert areas and places where all the Walmarts have closed. The grocery stores refuse to go into a lot of these black and brown and Latino type of neighborhoods. And so all of a sudden the only place to get eggs is at the Dollar General. And, they probably overcharge you. And they've done studies. They say a lot of times you be better off going to like the regular grocery store. Because they said by the time you replace a lot of this shit 3 and 4 times, you might as well bought the real shit.
Yeah. So when their CEO is saying, hey man, people are only coming in here for like toilet tissue, toothpaste. Like they're not splurging. And we're talking Dollar General splurging, y'all. I'm not talking about no big. We not talking about big balling. Like if you splurge in the Dollar General, it's like,
you bought M&Ms.
Right. Like, oh, you know what? I will get a gallon of soda instead of just the 20 ounces.
I'll get the jumbo pack, or I'll buy my kid this little toy that they've been asking me for, or a toy set or whatever.
And he said it was because of inflation, and this was March 13th. This is before all the tariff drama.
I believe that because they've been tracking that shit. Like they've been tracking how people have been impacted, and all jokes aside, a lot of this started when Trump took office, and nobody wants to admit that. But a lot of the bullshit that he's been doing and all, and the scaring people has caused people to be like, I'm not spending unnecessarily because I don't know what's going to happen. I may or may not have a job, and this, like you say, this was before he started the tariffs. I think as soon as he got elected, I can speak for a lot of companies in the the construction industry. A lot of them was like, hey, we ain't buying no new equipment, we repairing shit. Like, hey, what we ain't gonna do is do this. Like as soon as he got elected, all these shit got implemented. It was like, oh, cause y'all scared, y'all want to wait till next election to see what's gonna happen. And people realize, and people saw it too. Like, it's a lot of people that did not vote for Donald Trump, did not want this, and they adjusted accordingly.
When Trump imposed tariffs during his first term in office in 2018 and 2019, Dollar General had to raise some prices in line with others in the industry. But the general store was able to mitigate the impact back then and is well positioned to do so again this year, he said. Well, that's before this new tariff.
Right.
I love to revisit this shit. Matter of fact, I do have an update to this article. Dollar General to close nearly 100 locations. Update. Wow. So I guess by positioning themselves to be prepared, they mean closing a bunch of fucking stores.
Yeah, because they're like, we can't afford this. It's like everything going up, but a lot of these places get their shit from overseas. Yeah, because it's cheaper. And so now, and when this happens, particularly in these little people that live in big towns and cities don't understand this, but when you live in these Timbuktu fucking towns in the middle of nowhere, like I said, these food deserts, and your Dollar Tree or Dollar General closed, that means you have no groceries. That means you literally have no option for food other than fast food, and these are going to be the places it's going to be DoorDashing.
Yeah.
And doing the Klarna and paying in 4 easy payments.
Yep. So Dollar General closing 100 stores. They also are closing 45 Pop. I don't even know this store. Pop Shelf, which must be like another type of Dollar General.
Must be like a regional.
Yeah. But they're closing 45 of those at 96 Dollar General locations.
Wow.
And they plan on closing them by January 30th, 2026.
Yeah, and I was looking in the chat, and
Which means those food deserts will get more scarce.
Yes.
Less food in this food desert.
Yes, I was looking at somebody in the chat, and I didn't even think about this. You also have people who normally would not shop in these places, shopping in these places. And so they've seen an uptick in sales, but their uptick, like you say, is in necessities. Toothpaste, toilet tissue, baby wipes, it's not an uptick in like the splurging stuff, because if you have people that normally don't shop here, they're gonna buy the other shit sometimes, throw shit in the basket, sure, I buy a scarf or whatever, the hell you got on your shelf, a baby doll. But when you have this uptick, and it's gonna be the same thing with Walmart and some of these other retailers, you're gonna have all of a sudden, you're gonna see higher level cars like BMWs and Mercedes-Benz rolling up in these parking lots buying necessities because somebody's lost their jobs.
Make sure they lock their doors. Because they don't be putting these in good neighborhoods. I'll tell you
no,
that
they
much.
do not.
You in a Dollar General is up there with pawn shop and liquor store for might be a bad neighborhood. Forever 21 files bankruptcy again. Goddamn. They should change it to temporarily 21. It's clearly not forever.
We may or may not be 21.
Right.
Are we legal?
Right. They blame Shein and Temu as they plan to close U.S. stores, but now those ain't gonna be shipping shit to America because of the tariffs. Come back, Forever 21. Y'all might not want to give up so soon.
Right. Yeah, Shein and Temu probably has been tearing them to pieces, because people why would I go here when I can just put like this? If it's gonna fall to pieces or turn green in 3 days, I might as well order it online for a fraction of the price.
Because Forever 21 stuff don't last like that anyway. It's fast fashion too.
Yeah, it is.
It is. Yep.
So they started a liquidation sale. They're starting liquidation sales soon, in their U.S. location. I wonder also if it could be possible they get a lot of their shit from China and stuff too.
Yes, they do.
So even they have to basically close because it's like,
we can't get shit.
Like where you would think this would benefit an American company, it doesn't if that American company is just a place that sells you shit from China.
Right.
Now they got to pay 200% or whatever the fuck the weird ass tariffs are,
and they're not willing to do that. And a lot of these places, like in the mall or in a shopping center, so you already got like built-in costs. So you gotta sell a lot of these cheap ass trinkets.
Yes.
All right, last one. CEO of $39 billion home building empire says spring selling season is suppressed because of plummeting consumer confidence and affordability constraints. Can't sell houses.
No shit.
And people ain't gonna have the money to buy the houses.
And people that got the houses, they're keeping the houses. And a lot of people have been keeping their houses for a very long time. Particularly because I know a lot of people complain about older people and why don't older people sell and downsize. I'm going to tell you, in my personal opinion, a lot of these people have had these homes for years and they designed for them. You get old, you need space. A lot of people have wheelchairs, walkers and shit. And now y'all know all this new modern shit. That shit is tight. That shit is designed for people that are mobile. That shit got stairs. And they was like, the fuck I'm going to be crunched up and not being able to move and shit like this. And a lot of them don't want to pick up the bill. Like, you know what I'm saying? You asking somebody that's retired to turn around and have a payment now when they like, no, I might as well stay here with what I got and sit on it till I die.
Yeah. Home prices soared throughout the pandemic, but once inflation became scorching high, hitting a 4-decade high, and the central bank hiked its key interest rate attainment, mortgage rates rose from their pandemic rock bottom sub 3% to the 1-2 punch of high home prices and high mortgage rates is bruising demand Plus, President Donald Trump's on again, off again, terror, spiraling stocks, inflation, and fear shattered consumer sentiment.
Yeah.
Home builders were mostly better off in the latest housing bust because existing supply is so tight, since would-be sellers aren't selling out of fear of losing the low mortgage rate they locked in during the pandemic or earlier. And the U.S. is short almost 4 million homes. Plus, builders can craft smaller homes, offer mortgage rates buy downs, or cut prices to bring demand back. Builders can and are still using incentives. But the builders aren't immune to the market pain. So
Right. And on top of that, you have to think with all the immigration shit, you have a lot of workers that are no longer there. Like, and that impacts shit too. So now any construction that we have is slowed to almost a crawl, depending on where I'm at. So even if you do want to do these smaller houses or whatever, it's like, well, we have no one here to do it. And do we, not trying to fund it, do we want to pay American labor to do it for twice as long?
And don't forget, you got cracking down on immigration and shit.
Yeah.
You got people working in these industries that are being targeted. So even if they're here legally, they're being targeted. Like, you don't know what the fuck is happening.
So a lot of them aren't just not showing up at work. So you have like sites that now you can't get anybody to show up. You literally can't. You know, you put shit out there, and you know, not trying funny, as much as America's poo-poo on it, you know, most Americans ain't gonna. I've had two uncles who had companies roofing. Roofing is a hard fucking ass job to be up on that fucking roof and dealing with them shingles and shit. A lot of Americans are not willing to do the work for that cheap ass pay.
All right, let's do another segment. Mom, I'll let you pick. Well, I'll remind you of some. Black capitalists, broke. We just did broke. Sorry. Let's see. Politics that we get mad. Fucking with black people. Gender wars. What else we got? Guess the race. We got sword ratchetness. We got what else we got? Who News.
Let's do Who News.
All right, let me pull up the Who News music.
Child, well, everybody about to be confused.
See who we know.
News.
All right, Who News? Let's see. Who knows? Who News? Trippie Redd uploads image of mystery woman in his home as Coi Leray prepares to deliver their first child.
Rapper.
He is a rapper.
Okay, I'm about to say that sound like a rapper name. I might not know much, but I know a good rapper name because a lot of times it don't make sense.
Well, Trippie Redd is apparently the baby daddy of Coi Leray, who's also a rapper.
Okay.
Who's just now having their baby, and while she's preparing to welcome a baby, he has already moved on. He recently stirred up social media after uploading a photo of a mystery woman at his home on Instagram with a caption, "Should I clean my room?" The image shows a woman flaunting her curves in a mirror selfie, seemingly taken in Trippie's bedroom.
Wow.
So he basically wanted to show off, like, this is what I'm sitting on, and look at her, you know, butt or whatever. And his room is a mess. He got a shoe on the ground, the bed not made. Is this a can of propane in the back? What the fuck is happening in his house?
Black curtains.
Yeah, and it seemed like he must have turned the comments off, so
Of course he did.
didn't want people to
86,000 likes. Somebody had something to say. Yes, he turned them comments off.
Yeah, like, hey, why aren't you with the mother of your child? Where's, you know, your baby's about to be born?
Somebody said in the comments that's Benzino's daughter.
Yeah, Coi Leray is. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So, you know, the baby never had a chance, really.
Everybody using each other.
I mean, she made that player song. I love that player song. You know, about to catch another flight. Apple booty make her want to bite.
Yes, that's my jam.
I just want to have a good night. Like that.
Hold up.
That's the only song I know she got, though. So maybe she got other songs that just didn't make it like that. But man, that's the girls be getting pregnant these days before they can really get off on their own career like that. And it's like, man, I hope it works out for you. Trippie Redd does not seem like a dedicated type of gentleman.
It Trippie in the name.
Right. All right. How about this one? Mustard and Gordo trade shots online following Instagram unfollow.
Ooh, is either a rapper or a chef.
Mustard and Gordo, two different people.
Oh, not one person. Ooh.
Yeah.
Rappers.
Nope. You want to guess, Mom?
Actors.
Nope.
I don't know.
Beat makers, producers, DJ Mustard. We just saw him at the concert. Mustard!
That's what confused me. I was like, Mustard and Gordo. I was like, what?
It sounds like two salad dressings or something.
Yes. Okay. I was confused for a second. I was like, is these chefs? Are they gonna pull out knives and have a cook-off?
You go to Jersey Mike's, you get some mustard and some Gordo on that thing.
Right.
Mustard and Gordo had a messy back and forth online stemming from an Instagram unfollow. Mustard, who produced Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us, among other records, clashed with Gordo, a frequent collaborator of Drake's. Kendrick versus Drake, ripples coming throughout society. Their spat began when Gordo publicly called out Mustard for unfollowing him. In response, Mustard fired off on Twitter, seemingly trying to humble the music maker. Oh my God, just noticed Mustard unfollowed me on IG. Sad day. Headline and Cella must got to his head.
They really, like, that shit means something to people. Child, I don't know who follow me, who don't.
Unfollow. I mean, it do mean something, and it can mean something. I mean, it says a lot about our time period that people are like, that's a passive aggressive language, you know. I mean, it does mean something. I don't want to pretend that it doesn't mean something.
Agreed.
Most people, I wouldn't care if they unfollow me, but like, I'm sure there are some people. If I looked up and Bomani unfollow me, I'd be like, what happened? Like, I'm not just gonna be like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I probably would be like, did something happen, or it's just like we cool? Just because you have to check. That's just how far. Like, if not, you kind of deny where we are as a society. Like, if you go, it doesn't mean anything, and then later you find out, like, no, I don't fuck with you, and I thought you knew when I stopped following you on social media. You know?
If you somebody, you go, and a lot of them keep up with those things, particularly once they get to a certain form of celebrity.
Fans keep up with it too. They'll tell you.
Know what? That's true.
If you're a celebrity and you unfollow people, there are people that keep track of that. There's accounts that just be like, oh, Rihanna unfollow ASAP Rocky. Are they getting a divorce?
Okay.
Mustard tweeted, ain't going back and forth with a nigga that's happy to change music on another nigga's toilet seats. Let's just end it here. I'm richer than you and have more hits than you. I have multiple houses with my own toilet seats and many of my own chains to wear at Gordo season. So he added them. And then he replied, the guy wants attention. Keep slaving at those overseas shows, brother. Don't forget to buckle dudes' pants after you're done at Gordo season.
Well, damn.
Then he posted a picture of himself, Mustard, covering his face with his hands and leaning back. And it says, oh my God, girl, I can't believe it, bitch. He really left me in his house with all his chains. He trusts me. I'm his fine shit. So I guess he's saying that's Gordo. Also, fine shit is the new way of saying a girl looks good. I don't get it, but that's what the Y ends or something.
Okay, you keeping up with the YNs. I don't.
Well, I have to. Somebody needs to do it.
I'm an old N.
I know. If you recall, Gordo stated that headliner Coachella must have got to his head with the reason as to unfollow. Gordo said, imagine devoting your entire Coachella set to a guy that wouldn't drive an hour to pop out for you at Mustard. So they beefing. They're very upset over Kendrick and Drake. I guess it leaked into the hit makers.
Wow.
We hate to see it. Hate to see it. All right, we'll do one more Who News.
Okay.
Let's see. What should we do? I'm trying to see some. What we got here? Lil Reese slapped with a multi-year prison sentence over assault of family member.
Rapper.
Correct.
I
Lil
think
Reese.
everybody a rapper. Just so y'all know.
Lil Reese is a Chicago rapper, y'all. Yeah, he's been sentenced to 5 years in prison for assaulting a family member.
Ooh. Ain't nothing little about that.
His projected release will be February 6, 2029.
he did.
According to the victim, Reese punched her in the face and strangled her during a violent altercation, leaving her gasping for air and fear for her life. Witnesses reportedly intervened to break up the attack. Police later observed visible injuries on the woman. After an arrest warrant was issued, Reese was apprehended 2 months later on a $60,000 bond.
2 months?
Which his recent troubles have compounded his criminal record. Including in September, he was arrested for allegedly attacking the same ex-girlfriend at a Houston strip club. Authorities claim Reese attempted to kiss the woman early one morning outside the club. She rejected his advances and he punched her and strangled her. The rapper was arrested on charges of aggravated assault by impeding breath against a family member and violating protective order. So he's abusing this woman in front of witnesses and family and stuff and everything.
He consistently does. Like, this ain't nothing new.
Adding to his woes, he was accused of sexual assault in Los Angeles just months prior to his September arrest. Although that case was dismissed in August, Reese took to social media to proclaim his innocence. Well, I'm going to tell you what doesn't help with the innocence, please, buddy.
Right.
Hitting a woman twice after you told y'all they was lying about that rape. And anyway, don't believe what you hear in the news if you hear about me beating on some people. That's
right.
Not,
you punch somebody in the face, it's like, well, you might do other things too then.
Lil Reese, what is going on with you, buddy?
Well, I'm glad they got him.
Me too. Get him off the streets.
Yes.
Okay. All right. What's the what's we want to do next? We got LGBTQ news. We got what else we got? Fucking with black people, gender wars, black capitalism. We got white people news. We got sword ratchetness. We got guess the race.
Let's do guess the race.
All right, guess the race it is. Let me pull up my guess the race music real quick. I see why, because I'm in the wrong thing. There you go. Guess the race. Boom.
What time is it?
It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race. It's time to guess the race.
Guess the race, the game we go around the globe, find different articles, guess the race of the people involved, and everybody plays along, including Karen and my mom as today's contestants. And the chat room plays along as well, and they're all racist. All right. Police. It's never going to go well when it starts with that. Police. Nurse battered her wife with cheesy nachos.
Oh.
Yeah. So we got a little LGBTQ news in here. We love to see it.
Okay.
A nurse has been accused of shoving cheesy nachos down the leggings of her wife in a 3 a.m. domestic battery. That is a very weird type of abuse.
Ain't it though?
I guess one person's kink is another person's abuse. I don't know. Investigators say the 40-year-old victim was making nachos with nacho cheese in the kitchen, where her spouse, Allison Swan, 39, told her she shouldn't be eating this late and made a comment about her weight. Ooh, fighting words. First of all, if I'm eating 3 a.m. nachos, it's over for the conversations about that. Hit me up in the morning.
Right? Now is not the time.
Okay. During the argument that ensued, Swan, who had been playing video games in the living room, walked over to her spouse and grabbed a handful of the cheesy nachos and shoved them down the back of the victim's leggings. She was probably like, "It's going to your ass anyway." Now let me pause Fortnite.
It commenced to whooping your ass.
Right. Imagine her being your nurse.
Right.
Like, I don't trust her bedside manner.
Thank you.
Can't come in there with no problems.
Gotta have all your shit together.
Oh, you got diabetes? Eat this motherfucking Kit Kat, boy. That'll teach you. When the victim, who was also a registered nurse, subsequently sought to change her clothes, Swan allegedly dragged her to the floor and shoved the fingers into either side of her mouth, hooked them like a fish, then continued to batter her by grabbing her head and slamming her into the floor multiple times. During the confrontation, the victim told police Swan made several comments that she was the one in charge and her wife was not behaving. A friend of the victim called 911 to report hearing via open phone line Swan striking her spouse. When police responded to the couple,
they were on the phone.
Yeah, she must have called her friend to be like, "She ain't here doing it again, girl," or whatever. Swan denied that a physical altercation occurred. She claimed her wife had been in a drunken rage and had thrown the plate of nachos and rolled around and covered herself in nacho cheese. Get the fuck out of here.
That don't make no sense.
That's the only excuse you could come up with. Well,
Right.
I guess you didn't have a lot of. It's 3 a.m. You didn't have a lot of time to come up with a lie. But damn.
Goodness.
Because I know they were. So how did the nacho cheese get down her leggings if you didn't put them there? See, that's the thing. She threw the plate on the ground herself. Then she just started rolling around. And then she called her friend on the phone. I was like, I'm being attacked. Help me. I'm like, girl, I'm trying to finish my fortnight.
How the whole left side of her face fucked up.
However, an examination of the victim's leggings revealed what appeared to be nacho cheese on the interior backside, consistent with her story.
On the interior backside, right.
Darn.
She did that herself, too.
What was she trying to give her a nacho wedgie?
Right. She set me up.
Bitch set me up.
A substance resembling nacho cheese was found smeared on a wall. The victim also had a knot on her forehead and a scratch on her right arm.
Right.
And while Swan claimed her spouse had thrown the nachos, cops found a ceramic plate that was prepared and it was completely intact. So this was just a horrible lie.
Yeah.
She was arrested for domestic battery. She was freed on $250 bond. As a condition of her release, she's ordered to have no contact with the victim. She must stay away from the woman's car, place of employment, and home. Since Swan resides with the victim, she may return to the residence to just retrieve her belongings. Guess the race of Allison Swan.
White.
All right. Karen says white.
I said white, and I hope they don't work together.
Yeah, I know. If they work at the same hospital or something, you can't go back to your place of work. So she's just gonna start hanging out at Taco Bell because that's where the nachos is. Trying to catch her coming through the drive-thru. Baby, please let me back in. All right. Let me check the chat room, see what they guessed. Food costs too much for this foolishness. White.
Ain't it though?
Yeah.
White says Trey. The correct answer is white. You got it correct, everybody that said white. Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna be able to work it out and get back together.
Goodness.
Oh no, we're not gonna be able to work this out.
You know what they say? It's not easy being cheesy.
Oh no, you did that shit.
Yeah. All right, let's go to the next story. Nebraskan man jailed for lightsaber attacks.
He think he a
Wait a
Jedi?
minute. Is this food or a vehicle? Which one?
Right, yeah. Who's also like it happened around May the 4th, but he did this on May the 9th. Why didn't you do it 5 days earlier for May the 4th be with you? That's Star Wars Day.
Oh,
Yes.
Lightsaber attacks,
A few days off.
you all out of order. A Nebraska man is behind bars on a pair of felony charges for allegedly striking a female neighbor and the woman's 7-year-old daughter with a Star Wars lightsaber. Thank God it wasn't a real one, you know.
Ain't that right?
Investigators allege that Aiden Orion White, which sound like a Star Wars character, Aiden Orion could 100% be a Jedi.
Yes.
Aiden Orion White. I'm sorry, Orion. There you go. Aiden Orion.
Found him in a Madagascar district out there.
Right. 25 first struck the girl while she was playing with other children in the front yard of her Auburn home. Why just that girl? This some real Tatooine behavior, man. You
Yeah,
need
it
to
is.
step
The
up.
ghetto.
When the child's mother, Sandra Lundsman, 37, confronted White, he yelled at her, "I'm not in the mood. Get back in your fucking house."
You
While
attacking
then,
my child.
he charged at her wielding his lightsaber. A lightsaber is such a weird... It's a toy weapon.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You're like, you better get back in your house, bitch. Was he making the sound?
You know he was.
Zoom, 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 zoom. He turned on the light. Vroom. You done fucked up, girl.
Right, you know he did.
I'm turning it to red now.
He had his cloak on and everything.
Right.
He was trying to use the force on him and shit.
He was like when Anakin killed the younglings.
Yes.
He struck her in the right arm and shoulder. And then her and her daughter said they were in pain following the lightsaber strikes. Two neighbors told cops they witnessed White hitting the victims with the lightsaber, which investigators described as a higher quality device, 3.5 feet long, constructed of metal and thick plastic. So I mean, metal and plastic is basically a sword.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay, so if this wasn't no kids toy, you put like this, you spent the money to be like, I want one that's good. So
Right.
I'm pretty sure you spent a few hundred on this one.
The lightsaber was seized by police as evidence.
Yes,
During
and
questioning-
it should be destroyed along with this crystal.
This Kyber crystal.
Yes.
White reportedly confessed to the attack, saying it was unacceptable behavior for which he wanted to apologize. Yeah, it's not the Jedi code. Come on. While cordial with the cops, White would have profane and angry outbursts that included him blaming the victims for a rise in his rent. He also warned of future problems for her and her child. Well, see, that sounds like some Sith behavior, buddy. What are you doing?
That's crazy.
You was listening to the dark side. White, seen above, was charged with a criminal complaint with 2 felony assault counts, being held in lieu of $50,000 bail. Oh my God, wow. We just saw a woman attack her wife with nachos at 3 a.m, and she got out on $250 bail. $50,000 bail? He ain't never getting out. You got to pawn some lightsabers.
Not in today's economy. You're going to have to do a buy now, pay later.
Yeah. Can you Klarna bail? Well, guess the race of Mr. the Nebraskan, what's his name? Aiden Orion White.
Oh, White, he gonna have to make a contract with Jabba the Hutt to get out of this one.
Yeah, he gonna have to smuggle some shit. Him and Han Solo.
Right. He White, and the people he attacked were immigrants. Whatever the immigrants are, because he was like, y'all made my rent go up.
Right. That's some real Trump logic. He was
Yes.
like, this deal keeps getting worse all the time. Mom, guess the race.
White.
All right, Mom and Karen went White. Mr. Walter White, his last name equal his race, and White, the correct answer is White. He was white.
Oh, he did that.
Just crazy.
First of all, his eyes kind of look like he on the dark side. Like the way his eyes are like dark like that. And I also, if he pull his hoodie up, I can see him being like a Jedi. Cause the Jedi's always got the cloak with the hood. So he just probably took the hood up and then put out the lightsaber. It's scary as hell. All right, that's y'all 2 for 2. Let's go to the bonus round.
What time is it? That bitch was white!
I ain't racist. How can I be racist about anybody or anything in my life? How can I?
Call them niggas. Just call them niggas.
It's time to get
Gold
the race.
teeth, gold chain wearing, fried chicken and biscuit eating, monkey ate baboon, big guy, fast running, high jumping, spear chucking, 360-degree basketball.
Frontier Airlines agent jeers at passenger after hitting him with a surprise fee. You thought you were gonna get on your flight? Now this one I think I can actually play the article, but I just need to wait till this ad stops playing.
No problem.
But it was it's apparently comes from viral footage, so somebody put on like their TikTok or something like that. While viral footage has captured Frontier Airlines gate agents getting into a bust up with a passenger who had sniped, "I'm never flying your shitty airline again," after being hit with an unexpected $25 fee for check-in. All right, let's see if this is one.
I paid for a ticket.
And you
Yeah, I paid for a
$25
ticket.
for agent assist fee, and you checked in 3 hours later. Hello.
I just said.
Now we're guessing the woman you hear talking. That's the person whose race we're guessing.
Okay, the woman.
Not the passenger, but because we don't. He's holding the phone. I don't know his race, but the woman doing that talking right there. So I'll replay it so y'all can hear.
I bet you we won't. Okay?
I paid for a ticket.
And you
Yeah,
paid
I paid for a
$25 for
ticket.
agent assist fee, and you checked in 3 hours later. Hello.
I just
And you
said
thought
that
you
I.
was gonna get on your flight.
Yeah, I
And you
just
thought you
said
was
that
gonna get
I
on your
would
flight.
pay the
And you thought you was gonna
$25.
get on your flight. And you thought you was gonna get on your flight.
She's also filming him, by the way. So he filming her on his phone. She pulled out her phone behind the desk at her
Everybody
job.
gonna have their own version.
And there's 2 other employees sitting there too, and they're all the same race. Okay.
So there's a $25 fee to talk to them.
It's to check in. Apparently, he was 3 hours late for his flight.
3 hours.
He missed the airline's 60-minute pre-departure window.
Woo.
And so he was upset about the fee, upset about missing his flight, all that stuff.
You 3 hours late.
It was going from Raleigh to Boston last Friday after a week-long business trip.
Oh, so they was like, yeah, we'll transfer you, but that's going to be a fee?
I don't know. The $25 fee was to check in. So I don't know if it's transfer fee, any of that stuff.
Okay.
And you thought you were going to get on your flight.
I literally paid for a ticket. I'm here 30 minutes. I'm here 30 minutes before my flight, and they're not letting me check in.
And you're not getting on your flight.
Because it's a policy. We don't control that.
And you will never fly.
You were about to let me check in. You were about to let me check in, and you decided that you ain't gonna let me check in.
Make me check you in.
You literally work for a company that I bought a plane ticket for. I'm here 30 minutes before the flight.
Can you please leave, sir?
No.
Can you please leave my personal space?
I'm not in your personal space. This is not your personal space.
This is my stationery.
This is not your personal space. You work for a company. This is not your personal space.
We ain't got to worry about it. We ain't got to worry about it.
You don't have to worry about it. You're literally not doing your job for a customer that has paid for a plane ticket to get home.
I told you to stop putting the camera on me, sir.
I'm literally here at Frontier.
She walked off and just started helping other customers.
Bought a ticket, and they are not letting me check in.
I will say, even if he is the victim somehow, which I don't know if he is, but even if he is, this is the worst place in the world to think you can get some help. Buddy, I'm trying to catch a plane. And whatever you did to piss them people off, I don't want it associated with me. I like to catch my plane. This ain't time. I'm not about to be no good Samaritan. What I'm gonna do? Save you a seat? Good luck, buddy.
For no reason whatsoever.
Well, you said you're never flying the airline again, so we might as well help you out and have you not fly the airline.
And the dude that said that is way over to the other side. Like he
had
a whole other desk. He
was like, look, you holding up the line. If you ain't gonna fly no more, get out the damn line then.
I'm not a detective, but I truly believe this man was acting an ass before he started recording, and that part's not in here.
Yes.
And so it makes them seem like they're just unhelpful jerks.
And unreasonable.
But when that other person chimed in from way over there, I'm like, yeah, you was causing a scene, because that dude is like 20 feet away, and he's like, sir, you said you were never flying our shitty airline again. Go ahead and get out of here.
Yeah, like you said, he did something, and they was like, oh, word? Well, then I'm not checking you in, nor I got other things to do. I'm not going to sit here arguing with you.
If he wanted to, when he went to speak to her, to the Frontier employee, he was told he needed to cough up a $25 fee to check in at her desk per the airline's policy. And that's when he didn't want to deal with that. And so that's when he started recording and, getting into it with these employees. Guess the race of the employees.
Oh, the employees were black.
Karen says black. Mom?
Black.
All right, the chat room says, her voice is telling me white woman with black kids, but you said they're all the same race, so black, final answer. And it's black, says Jane. Black, says Trey. Sassy Negress.
I don't even think we got Frontier here.
The correct answer is black. Wait till y'all see these pictures. That's her.
Oh,
the way she got her phone out, like, it's just as interesting. Like, we filming each other.
Right.
Good.
Yeah.
And then she had a homegirl over here who was filming it too. She had her back. She was like, "Girl, he ain't going nowhere."
Yeah.
So he ain't want to pay the fee, but it's like. Mm-hmm. And she was probably gonna check him in, and he was like, I ain't paying the fee. She was like, well, then I'm not checking you in. I can't check you in unless you pay the fee.
Then there's an older black woman in the middle who was just on the phone the whole time. She wasn't helping either. She ain't give a damn. She was looking like, yeah,
that's not my problem.
Mm-hmm.
She's not working customer service.
Girl, he up here. Yep, I'll call you in a second. Let me get out of here. Then my favorite part is when they get to Buddy. To the end with the buddy that told him, like, sir, you said you would never take it off airline again. That's dude in the green all the way at the end.
For no reason whatsoever.
Well, you said you're never flying the airline again, so we might as well help you out and have you not fly the airline.
I've already bought a ticket.
Buddy
You know what? That's buddy that been sitting over there watching him cutting ass and shit. It was like, you know what, sir? I'm tired of you now.
Nah, but that dude go to hang out with them in the break room.
You know he does.
You know, like he like, man, if you don't sit your ass, get out of here. You said you wasn't gonna be here. What's taking so long?
Right.
Well, all right. Let's wrap this up with sword ratchetness. Yep. It was another fun episode. Pull out my sword ratchetness sound effect. Detroit, Michigan. A Detroit man has been charged in connection with fatally stabbing his wife with a plastic sword. No such thing as a toy sword, y'all.
A plastic sword.
Get him out the house. That lightsaber could have hurt somebody, and it was supposed to be a toy. There's no such thing.
Plastic? How much force did you have to put behind that?
It's cold in the D.
Apparently it is.
Detroit
choppy.
Detroit police responded to a home around 4:30 a.m. for a report of a stabbing. When police arrived, they found a victim, Catherine Morgan, 67, in the living room, unresponsive and suffering from multiple stab wounds to her back and head. She was pronounced deceased at the scene. The prosecutors alleged Timothy Morgan, 68, stabbed his wife multiple times with a plastic sword, then struck her in the head with a pair of pliers, fatally wounding her.
Ooh, he was trying to kill her.
He turned himself into the police department. A short while later, he is charged with first-degree murder. He's expected to be arraigned Tuesday morning.
Go to the jail.
Right. That's insane. With a plastic sword. Like, don't trust these swords, y'all. You go to somebody's house, you see a sword, you leave. Fuck them. It's not worth being friends. All right, y'all. That's it. We'll be back throughout the rest of the week. Mom, happy Mother's Day.
Thank you.
Until next time, I love you.
Love you
too.
Mwah. Bye, everybody.